Get another deep breath in through your nose. Go ahead and blow it out. What I want to do is just get you a little bit of peace, a little bit of calm right now. We've got some glares for those of you. And actually, you guys, what you'll think is really funny. One, my camera's broken. So that's why there's some glares. And then the other thing is that I lost my phone right before I was supposed to go live. So talk about stress. All right. So what I want you to do is I want everybody to just focus on one thing. This is a quick tap. Normally with my quick taps, I'm pretty quick. You know, I really do like these 30-second, like boom, 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 and they work. But what I wanted to do is something a little bit different. Is I wanted to give you about 30 minutes for those of you who have it. And I wanted you to get a little bit more of the experience. Good, we've got some kids here with us. So what I did is I just wanted this to be an experience that's good for elementary kids, teenagers, my college students. I want them to feel like they can pop in, and moms who are home with their kids. I've got so many different moms right now. Some feel like they're homeschooling for the first time ever, and other moms are having to work more than they've ever had to work out of the house, being nurses. And, you know, it's a really hard time for a lot of people. Hey, Kelly. So, you know, I did get some input from you on things that you're stressed about. And what's so special about EFT is that I'm going to get to guide you through the general topic of stress. Even, you know, if we're feeling anxiety, if we're feeling panic, if we're feeling worry, if we're feeling confined, it still causes stress on our body. And when our body doesn't feel safe, it creates an oversecretion of cortisol. And when we have an oversecretion of cortisol, it's that fight or flight. It's like we're having to run from a lion when we're not running from a lion. And what that does is it weakens our immune system. And so right now what I want to do is, even if the rest of your day is going to be stressful, even if the rest of this season is unknown, I really want you to just get about 30 minutes, because in only 25 minutes, we can drop your cortisol levels about 80%. So what I want everyone to start doing is just start tapping on the side of your hand. If you can't repeat out loud after me, it's okay. I want you to just treat this like a guided meditation. And I just want you to know that even if your head is so busy and spinning with 1,000 thoughts, I want to give you permission to just focus on one of them right now. Just focus on one thing that's stressful. It might be a headache. It might be shoulder ache. It might be that you had a disagreement with someone you love, but just pick one thing. And what I want you to do is I want you to just notice in your body, if you feel that tension anywhere in your body specific. Sometimes it's our head, our neck, our shoulders. And I want you to just keep tapping. For those of you who might have to leave soon, I want to encourage you to go to my bio on Instagram and join my email list. I won't bombard you because I hate email, but it will put all of us in one place for when I have lives or when I have groups, which I will be hosting more of through this season. I want you to pick your own words and pick your own problems. And as I repeat, as I speak words to you, you're going to be thinking about your problem. But again, I encourage you to focus on something stressful and just to pick one thing and focus on that one thing. I don't want your mind to wander away to anything else right now. Those things will be there for us to tap on later. It's so fun to see all you. Take another deep breath, blow it out. Some of you are feeling a lack of normalcy. For kids, you know, maybe you hated school a little bit and now you're finding out it's really hard to be home with mom as your teacher. That's stressful sometimes. So everybody pick your stress, and I want you to repeat or think after me. And you can actually close your eyes for this because I'm going to stay on this tapping point for a while. I want you to go ahead and just take a deep breath, and I want you to think or say, even though I have all of this stress in my mind and in my body, right here, right now, just for a second, I choose to deeply and completely accept myself, even with this stress. We're just staying on one tapping point. For you perfectionists out there, go ahead and just follow along. I'll tell you when to switch points. everybody focusing on their stress. Don't worry about how silly you feel or how silly you look. I promise this is as good as it is silly. Even though there is so much uncertainty right now, and even though I know to be thankful and count my blessings and rest while I can rest, I still feel this stress in my body. And right here, right now, I accept myself even with this stress, this uncertainty, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing what's true or not. Sometimes it tells me that I'm the problem and that I have to fix something. But right here, right now, I choose to be curious that what if I'm not the problem? And that it's only because of love that I want the right things and I want to know what's going on. I have this stress for a reason and I accept myself with it. I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath, blow it out. I didn't ask you to pick a number because I know some of us are perfectionists, but go ahead and think back to that original thing that we were focusing our stress on. And I want you to just look at it, notice if anything changed. Notice if you still feel it in the same part of your body. Maybe it moved. Sometimes it moves from our shoulder into our neck. And if this is too much for you to think about and it causes stress, don't think about it. Just keep tapping. Go ahead and open your eyes if they're closed. Here's your next tapping point is right here on the inside of your eyebrow. You can use 2 fingers or 2 sides of your body, or you could just use one. All of these are the ends of different meridian points. Each of them houses a handful of uncomfortable or negative emotions and a handful of positive emotions. If anybody wants to tell me what their stressor is, you can. Sometimes it really encourages other listeners and watchers to know that they're not alone. The only problem is you might have to stop tapping to type, and I would really rather you just focus on yourself right now instead of others. Even if all of our stories are different, the feeling is the same. People who are working more might be stressed. People who are working less might be stressed. People who are home with kids might be stressed. And people who aren't home with kids might be stressed. So our stories are different. And I think for the first time in history, okay. So normally in a private session, I would actually be talking to you and writing down notes. So I am going to write down some notes. Go ahead and keep tapping right here on this point. For those of you who do know the tapping points, just keep tapping. Some people always wonder, well, I don't know what words to tap on, so I didn't tap, but I'm only using your words, so all you need to do is tap on the feelings you're feeling. Taxes. Someone said losing a sense of reality. Yeah. Now, anybody who's worked with me privately knows I don't, okay. One thing I love about groups, if you've never tapped in a group, I think women in general have a hard time with other women because we all have some bad experience on a playground about some mean girl not playing with us. But you know, I have inserted myself into hundreds of groups. Okay. So I'll read some of these so you guys don't have to. I figure if people share, they're okay with sharing this, especially because there's a lot of us who have privacy. No one knows who we are. Not being able to pay rent. I want everybody who's having a hard time knowing how to pay rent to go ahead and take a deep breath in through their nose and blow it out. And I want to give you permission to do what we do here, which is just to speak the truth. And I want you to think or say, I am so afraid of how to pay rent. This isn't where I thought I'd be right now. It doesn't feel fair. It's scary. And I accept that I'm scared. Because you know what? It'd be kind of weird if you weren't. Okay? Hey, Jess. Deep breath. Blow it out. Hannah. Normal things. I feel like I should be completing more. I feel like I have all this time now and I should be completing more. I feel like I should be doing more. Are you guys shoulding all over yourself? Because I know I have been. All the things I always say, I wish I had more time for that, or I should take a week off and accomplish that. And all of a sudden there's a little more time. Turns out I don't want to do those things. And so I'm going to reevaluate when this is over. And those projects that I didn't get to when I could have might need to go in the trash. Because the truth is, I just don't want to do this. Where did the years come from? I don't know, Allie. Go ahead and explain. Tears. Go ahead and take a deep breath, Allie. Blow it out. Tears are crucial. Tears are a gift. Tears are important. Please just let them roll, because what happens is what we're doing is we're telling our subconscious all the things that it's been protecting us from feeling. It's safe to feel. Sometimes we don't know what those things are, and sometimes we do. But right here, right now, you don't need to know why. Your body is already feeling it, and you just need to keep tapping. For those of you who are just joining, just tap, just pop right in. Take a deep breath, blow it out. This loss of reality. I read the most beautiful quote this morning, and the woman who wrote it might even be listening. I don't know her very well, and I meant to write it down, but what's really ironic is I actually lost my phone right before I was supposed to go live. So some of my notes are gone, and that's a normal thing that can cause stress, and it's okay, because I know that what I was searching for my phone for was to meet with you, and it was good. I'll go ahead and share her quote later. But it was something along the lines of all of this uncertainty. It feels like we need to know what's going to happen. It feels like we have to regain control. And it's just a false illusion that we had any control. Things have always been uncertain. Every day is uncertain. Every next chapter with our kids is uncertain. Right now, that feeling is amplified. Okay, and one thing I wanted to remind you of is self-acceptance is the first thing to creating change, and self-acceptance is maybe the hardest thing to do. And so with this, what we get to do is say, you know what, even though it's really hard to accept myself with all these conflicts and all these feelings and all of this shoulding all over myself, I deeply and completely accept myself right here in this moment, even with these problems. And it can help override. Someone says overwhelmed with all the daily news. Aren't we all so the same? Hey, Carmen, go ahead and just start tapping, hon. Share whatever you want to. You're a different age bracket than a lot of the ladies who are on here, and this is for all ages. So go ahead and share something that might be stressful to you right now in this weird season. Go ahead and take a deep breath. And for those of you who have been here since the beginning, go back to that original problem that was causing you stress. And I just want you to notice what you notice. As we're tapping, we're sorting out emotions you didn't even know you had. You didn't even know you were working on them. We're possibly communicating with your subconscious for the very first time that right here, right now, just for this moment of time, I am totally and completely safe, even with all these problems. And that is self-acceptance. And when we have self-acceptance, our cortisol drops, our immune system becomes strong again. We regain a sense of clarity. When we're stressed, the blood very quickly leaves our brain and our body and shoots to our appendages so we can run or hide. And while we're tapping, we're really saying, hey, blood, come back to me. It's okay. For some reason, it's never felt safe to look at this problem, but right now I'm safe to. It tells your subconscious to let that blood flow back into your brain, brings the oxygen, and all of a sudden you can think clearly. So I'm going to go ahead and give some of you your words. Just notice your body, notice how you're feeling, and if nothing I am saying makes sense to you or feels true, I want you to just breathe. I want you to tap, and I want you to just feel any resistance, any worries, any stress. And you know what? If you are so far past that and you are overwhelmed with gratitude and comfort and joy and peace, I want you to hold on to those things and tap them in. So some of the things that we're stressed about are the news. I don't give a lot of advice. I think it's okay to shut the news off for a few days. I think it's okay to shut the news off for a few days. What if I shut the news off for just a few days? What if I shut it off just to give my mind and my heart and my soul some rest? The news is really stressful. Losing my sense of reality. What if I have lost my sense of reality and I lose it for the rest of my life? I still accept myself. Hey, Ash, go ahead and just start tapping, just start breathing, just notice your body, any stress in your body. We always tap out the yucky and the hard and the negative. And the reason we focus on the negative is because usually it's sitting in there anyway, and it's kind of seeping out slowly, and it's creating this stress and this cortisol and this oversecretion, and then it takes the blood out of our brain. And so what we're doing is just we're giving it a voice. You know, I had a mom this morning finally choke out, I just don't want to help anyone right now. I just don't want to be the mom. I don't want to be taking care of everybody. I'm just tired. And you know what? All of those feelings are real, whether she says it or not, and they seep out. And so we just let her say it. We let her rest in that. And she was better able to receive the help that I was offering her that was a little clouded by feeling like she was focusing on life outside of our session. Go ahead and take a deep breath, blow it out. Any memories, any people, any faces, any feelings or sensations that come up during this, they all matter. I would encourage you to do something loving for yourself and jot them down when we're done. Just take 2 minutes. Please just take 2 minutes and jot those things down that come up. You can share them with me. I can help put your puzzle pieces together. Or you can just look at those things. Notice how much stress they cause you in your body on a scale from 1 to 10. Tap on them, look at them again. The stress level will lessen. It always lessens. Sometimes it spikes first, and that's okay. Hey, everything fan, I know you. We've got some different age brackets here, so go ahead and share anything that stresses you out right now if you want to, because tapping in groups is so special because we always feel alone, I think, in our problems. We feel like we're the only one struggling with this, and we might be the only one of us struggling with it, but we are all experiencing so many of the same feelings right now with the coronavirus and fear and stress and how to pay mortgage and how to pay rent. And I don't remember people on social media. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes I'm the person on social media that causes a trigger for somebody else. So those people on social media with their dang opinions, I accept myself even though I get frustrated with them. And if I am that person with my dang opinion for my dang reason, then I accept myself with my opinion, and I accept that I chose to share those things, and I honor myself. So yeah, social media is rough. And what if I have permission to unfollow people? What if I have permission to not look at social media for a few days? What if it's just a few days? Yeah, so somebody's animal has a tumor and she can't fix it. You're not the only one whose dog is having a problem right now and it's hard to get fixed. there's a lot of things that have fallen out of place here. And so how about, I said this would be a little bit quieter of a meditation if you want to be quiet. But what I'm going to do is I just want you to have permission to just say, this isn't fair. I didn't ask for this. I set my life up so that I could go to work and take care of my kids and do all the things and be productive and be happy and be healthy and exercise and be safe and take care of the animals. And now, because of whatever this is, I can't do the things that I need to do. And it's not fair. It's frustrating, it's hard, and it's stressful, and it feels like I'm alone and nobody understands. Take a deep breath, blow it out, give yourself permission to just feel frustrated. We are not anchoring these emotions in, we are giving them a voice, and they're gonna be let go of. Okay? Forgiving someone who's hurt me because they're hurt. What if I am so deeply hurt by this person who hurt me because I have so much love for them and myself? And what if right here, right now, I choose to forgive them? Forgiveness isn't an emotion, it's a choice. And what if right here, right now, just for this moment, I make a choice for love for myself and care for myself and to release myself from judging this person or wishing they would understand? What if right here, right now, I totally and deeply trust myself with this hurt, that someone hurt me and I am valuable? Something would be wrong if it didn't hurt me, and I choose to forgive them because of the love in me. I see their hurt and I see their pain, and it is not mine to carry anymore. Take a deep breath, blow it out. A lack of control in our life. Yeah, it's an illusion. We never have control over our lives. I think that's one thing that I hope a lot of us get out of this, is that we never had any control. It's all just amplified right now. The lack of control. Okay. Nobody's mentioned emotional eating, but it's been mentioned about 10 times today in the work I've been doing. I want to get back to the mom who said she doesn't know how to celebrate her son's birthday. What a fun opportunity to celebrate our kids' birthdays differently. My best friend made a whole bunch of cupcakes and toppings and put out a bunch of candy. And I know sugar and immune systems and stress, but you know what? We need to have fun and we need to choose joy and we need to continue to celebrate during this time because the time is passing anyway. So you can do what she did, or you can make this your own. But we all at 1:00, we all drove onto her property and we practiced social distancing, and we got to drive through a loop on her property. And her family was there, and her daughter who was having a birthday, and they all waved, and we rolled down the window and we blew kisses, and we drove up to their little drive-through cupcake station, and we grabbed some fun treats and dropped off a gift for her, and we went on our way. And you know what? I just cannot help but wonder if that's going to be the birthday she remembers. Gosh, I'm almost never brought to tears, but so many mothers right now are so concerned about how to celebrate their kids' birthdays. Just do what you can. Do something different. Have a drive-through birthday party. She put up a sign that said honk when you drive by, and there was strangers all over the community honking every single time. So all day long, all they could hear from their house was people honking, driving by just to say happy birthday. Get creative. Celebrate your child. After everybody drove by and after they closed up the drive-through party, she did a Zoom so that everybody could light a candle and blow it out and sing happy birthday at the same time. There's so many things we can do. Okay, an eating disorder. Eating disorders, I have so much compassion for you girls. And you know what? I want you to honor how far you've come with your disorder. And I want you to just know that if all of those old feelings of, a lot of you are having old feelings of alcoholism, drinking, self-sabotage, drug use, drug abuse, coming up through this, I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to just say to yourself, I am not in that place right now. Some part of my body and brain feels like I am, but right now I am an overcomer, and I am so proud of myself. Take a deep breath, blow it out. Golden Warrior. I'm going to see if I can post this where you guys can all come back to it, anyone who didn't see it. Everyone take a deep breath, blow it out. If your number is spiking, if you're becoming more charged, it's only because I said something that triggered you, or your original issue has been forgotten about and you've moved on to a new issue. So go back to your original stressor, you guys. I want you to feel the power of EFT and the tapping and how it takes something that feels sensitive like this, and when you think about it again, it just doesn't take up residency in your body. And I want you to feel that sensation over your original stressor. Hey, Coral, just start tapping. We're just closing up. I'll post this for you guys to watch later. I'm going to go through some of these things. Life's throwing problems at me. I feel like I should be doing more things and getting them done. I choose to honor myself for every desire I have to accomplish things. And I honor myself even when I choose to curl up on the couch and rest, because I wonder if that's what my body's been craving this whole time. People with food cravings, this is a heavy topic. I'm gonna have another food group meeting once a week for this reason exactly. Please go into my bio and sign up for my email list. It's the only place that I have everyone in one spot. When it comes to food cravings and the powerlessness, I want you to try to create a pause between the thing you're craving and reaching for and the actual reach. Because if you can create just a 2-second window and ask, what does my body really need right now? What is my body actually telling me I need? You'll likely find out you need water and you need some rest. And so I have this little thing where I don't practice it as much as I suggest people practice it because it's hard. But like babies, what if we just go grab a blanket and just coddle ourselves in a blanket and just curl up, and just for 2 minutes, we just sit curled up and take a deep breath and blow it out. You guys, it's okay to take a 2-minute break for yourself. Women carry a lot of emotional burdens, a lot of physical burdens. You don't want your body to break down. You want to be like my 80-year-old client who is taking care of 90-year-old people, okay? And 50-year-old people. Keep your body strong and healthy. Take a deep breath, blow it out. I'm hoping a lot of you are feeling a little bit more calm. Just know that I do the work that I do to be here for you. You can always reach out to me personally. I'll always connect with you. I also struggle with a lot of these same things. I feel stressors too. EFT was a game changer for me. For the Christians in the group who just aren't sure what this EFT thing is, it's sanctification. We're getting rid of the ugly and the old and the yuck, and we're just allowing all the goodness and all the truth to sink in. Take a deep breath, blow it out. Gosh, there's so much here. I would love to just stay here, but I want to honor our time together. I told you I'd only keep you for a half hour. Balancing shifts, what I'm responsible for. You know what? Pick the next best thing. Sometimes we have something that we're responsible for that we need to get done, and maybe we're putting it off. Maybe we're procrastinating. It's a harder job. I always say that's your frog. You need to eat it first, and then everything else the rest of the day will seem easier. It's a Mark Twain quote. Go ahead and take a deep breath, blow it out. And you know what I would love is for some of you who are still triggered or charged. Yeah, so Hannah, you're so welcome. And you know, Hannah has a really good point, is she knows how to tap. She just forgets when she's anxious. And you know what? That's because once we're anxious, the blood has already left the building. You're welcome, Julie. Thank you. I know you always invite your people. Can't function without volume. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, even though it feels like I cannot function without volume. What if I can? What if I can function without value? And what if it's just going to take some time and I just can't function without it yet? Take a deep breath, blow it out. This is a delicate process between admitting the ugly, nasty, uncomfortable truth and then also saying, you know what? I'm going to accept myself with this just for a second. Take a deep breath, blow it out. For those of you who still have like a high charge or a high stressor, I would really like to encourage you to just keep tapping and breathing, and to please check in with me later over this. I promise your numbers will come down. Bomb it. those of you who have actually dropped that stress over that issue and have seen that problem change while we're tapping, would you please leave me a comment right now of how this changed? I think it's always good for other people to see when something is so big and so hard and so scary, and then it shifts and it changes, and we're able to see it with a new sense of clarity. Like Ashley said, to forgive somebody is hard, to forgive somebody and then also to understand that they're hurt. There's so many layers to this. You're welcome, Michelle. I love you. I love all of you so much. If anyone wants to share a shift, if anybody's kind of feeling stuck down to a 3, great. Everything fan knows the number system. So, and so what he's saying, he's like, hey, you know what? I might've been at a 9 or an 8 or a 7, and now I'm at a 3 just because I followed along and tapped and breathed. You're welcome, Brittany. It's fun to finally connect with you. Sorry, the lighting's so weird. I actually broke my phone on my camera. So you gotta do what you gotta do, guys. Awesome, Ash. Ash, if you don't mind sharing, did you feel any shift at all? I always say notice what you notice, because I can't know what's going to change for individuals. It's too special and unique to everybody. But with this, like, I can't forgive this person, to like, yeah, I really get to forgive them. Yeah, her numbers dropped down to a 3. She has the sweetest little girl who I got to tap with recently for like 30 seconds. Good. Okay, good. She cried. Good. Crying is good. You have to let yourself cry. And you know what? I have somebody here listening who can't cry, and she wishes that she could. And so, she's not the jealous type. So I know that she would be so glad to know that those who can cry are willing to. Yeah, different waves of feelings. The kiddo crying, you know what? He left. You just give him a hug and a kiss and you tell him how brave he is. My biggest client base, my new client base is teen boys. Teen boys are having a hard time without a schedule right now. They need to be playing and outside more. Release the tightness, much more clarity and love for yourself. Oh, absolutely. Wonderful. Perfect. Yeah. I think the hardest thing we'll ever do is love ourselves. And I think that it's the key to everything. And I hate to sound so cliche, but, oh shoot, I missed her. I don't sleep well, but now I feel like I can take a nap. Yeah. Michelle, you should go take a nap if you can. The work will get done later. Kathleen, you're so welcome. Join my email list. I hate email, but it was just time to get everyone in one place. And so I finally have that link thanks to one of my best friends. You know what? This is so cool. What if I choose to embrace the lack of normalcy? Because you know what? Here's the thing. I think we crave normalcy, and then when we get it, we're like unsettled, and so we start adding new things to our list and adding new things to our plate and adding new problems to our pile, and I think that we are half of our own problems sometimes. And so, you know what if like I embrace this lack of normalcy and just go, hey, guess what? Now at least I know what to expect. I know to expect that everything is changing and everything is weird and everything is different, and there is a sense of freedom in not having a choice. I know, yeah, go eat your frog, okay? So I'm gonna let you girls go. I'm going to close those of you up who need to go. How's that? Go eat your frog. Go get that one thing done, because you know what? Once you get that one thing done, you will feel a sense of relief. Sometimes we don't actually know what's weighing on us until we take some time to tap and think, and then we go get something done, and all of a sudden there's more. But what you need to do is always honor the tasks that you did accomplish. I like to imagine if I were to go to bed tonight and hadn't accomplished those things, would I be feeling a weight? Yeah. So does that mean the things that I did accomplish were pretty important? Yes. Even if there's more things I didn't get to accomplish, the ones I did are important, because I wouldn't have slept well without them. This was great. Thank you. Yeah. Awesome. Great. Perfect. Yeah, so you can just tell your kids like, hey, what are you feeling right now? What are you thinking right now? And even if they're like, I don't know, just have them tap while they say, I don't know, because they also need to process these feelings, even if they don't know what these feel. That's why I love tapping is you don't actually have to know what you're feeling in order to get the work done. Go ahead and sign off. Those of you who are done, I'm done with you. Those of you who want to stay, I'll stay with you because it's way more fun than all the 25 phone calls I have to make. Yeah, so her head was swimming with a lot of stressors, and I probably stressed her out last night because I sent her like so much information. More grounded. Yeah. So anchor into what you feel grounded in. And then the disconnection, so normal. And I think that after all of this, we're all going to feel a sense of connection more than we ever have in our entire lives. And so this lack of connection is going to instill a really sweet feeling of connection. When this is all done, it'll heighten that sense. You're welcome, Betty. Down to it too. Awesome. I sure try to help. I do. Yeah, so Kelly, just anchor into anything that you feel connected to right now. Even if it's yourself, even if it's trusting yourself a little bit more, anything that you feel, oh good, I got an email submission. So that might be the first one. That was cool to know that it's working. Whatever it is that you feel more connected with, those are your focus today. Those are your focus today. The things that you don't feel connected with, you already thought about them today, leave them for tomorrow. But those things you feel connected with, anchor into. Journal again if you need to journal. Listen to some healing music. Sound frequencies are very powerful. So you can look on YouTube and find like healing frequencies on YouTube that's like 3 hours long, push play. And of course, you know, this isn't EFT, but and this isn't directed to Kelly. This is all my people right now. Anything that adds anxiety, try to stay away from. Sugar, soda, old habits. Down to it too. Awesome. Oh, hey, Gina, you just joined. I'm just closing up, but I was just checking with everybody. You're welcome, Ash. It was so fun to see you. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you brought up the forgiveness topic because it's crucial. You know, sometimes we can't forgive other people for something because we can't forgive ourselves for that very same thing. I'm not directing this at Ashley because I don't know her story, but it's true in my life and it's true in others. We can have a really hard time forgiving somebody for something we haven't forgiven ourselves for. And so really just notice when you're sensitive towards somebody for something else. Ask yourself, you know what, is this something that I'm struggling with right now? And maybe if I forgive myself, I can forgive them. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate you. You're awesome too. So even though there's so much stress right here, right now, I gave myself time, right? I gave myself 30 minutes to relax, 30 minutes to tap, 30 minutes to try something new, 30 minutes to breathe. Some of you cried some tears. Those of you who are left, let me know where you're at. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know, Kelly, what you're going to anchor into if you want to. But this is just so fun. This is the power of EFT, is what you're doing is you're going into a part of your brain that's trying to actually protect you from things that you don't need to be protected from anymore. And you're saying, hey, you know what, I've got this. And you guys were able to just think more clearly. A lot of people say, I'm afraid to tap because I'm afraid of what'll come up. By the time something comes up that would have been scary, you're ready for it to come up. So you never have to worry about that. Take a deep breath, blow it out. If I missed you, holding space for me, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Everybody, give yourself permission to breathe in some oxygen. Thank God for oxygen right now, right? That you're in your home, that you have oxygen to breathe, that you have a shower. I'm picking up one of my friends right now who doesn't have a place to live, and she's sleeping in a tent in the dirt. And I'm going to go pick her up. I'm going to bring her here, and she's going to do some laundry, and she's going to take a hot shower, you know, and I think that she's probably more grateful for a shower than any of us are. So it's hard to be thankful for things that we're used to having, but deep breaths. Hey, Deb. It's fun to just stay here and kind of breathe and tap with the rest of you. Deep breaths. You know, one thing that's fun is going to two extremes. Even if I feel this stress for the rest of my life, even if I'm in quarantine the rest of my life, I accept myself. And even if I get back out to the real world, thanks. I would like to see your beautiful face too. I'm glad you're not stressed. Take a deep breath, blow it out. Those of you who are left, I can't even see how many of you are left because of the crack in my screen. I think there's 8. I posted something recently on mirroring our mirror neurons, that when we're stressed, those around us mirror our stressed neurons, and when we're calm, those around us can mirror our calm neurons. Did you just join, Dee Dee? I'm just closing it up, but I'm just tapping, and we're just breathing, and we're just saying hi, and we're just saying bye. So stay with us for a second. When we tap, and when we lower our cortisol, and when we rebalance our mind and our brain and our heart, and actually feel calm, we are changing the frequency. It's called, sometimes you'll see it called like raise your vibration, or like raise your vibes. We're actually really running at a better frequency that does feel more calm and safe for the people around us. This is a silly example, but these are really tangible things that I've seen lately. I was tapping with a client this morning, and I was encouraging her to just put a lemon in her water every single morning and take a big drink first thing in the morning. And so her homework was to go buy a bag of lemons, and she walked out from her session and her husband brought home a bag of lemons. So there's this weird energy exchange that sometimes happens. I was with somebody the other day, we were talking about an old memory of a friend bringing her cookies and beer. And she goes, I thought that was really funny. She brought me cookies and beer for my birthday, but that's actually, they were my favorite things. And after our session, her husband brought home one of her favorite beers, which isn't a normal thing. I was working with somebody the other day on a conflict in a relationship. And of course, I have conflicts in relationships too. And one of those relationships that I have conflict with, the issue had been resting and sitting and kind of holding for about a month, not on my end, but on her end. And after I was finished with this client tapping on this conflict with someone else, I received a text from the person I had conflict with. And what she was saying essentially was, I'm sorry and thank you. And so there's a really interesting energy exchange that can happen with this that I actually would have thought wasn't true at all, but I see it all the time. So as you guys calm yourselves, you actually are giving yourself the gift of calming those around you. And you know, if the people around you are more calm, it's easier on you too. Go ahead and take a deep breath, blow it out. There's still 7 of you here, and it's fun for me to stay. So go ahead and just let me know where you're at. If you're like really in a moment right now with this, stay there and keep tapping and breathing. If anybody here is still stressed or has a trigger, you can let me know what it is. We'll tap on it for a second. Cool. So I would encourage you girls to keep tapping and keep breathing, because if you still have a few minutes, soak it up to yourself. The dishes can wait, the laundry can wait. God knows we all have plenty of time right now to get some of those things done that we never want to do anyway. Don't make an excuse to not spend time on yourself. Yeah, gosh, the kids and the homeschool thing, Gina, you know, if you've got a group of moms feeling like you do, gather them. And I'll gather mine and we'll stick them all in a group together. I just have been feeling so passionate for all of you moms and all of you little kids at home. And I don't know how to rally all of you into the same place and time. So, you know, maybe we'll have to do like a noon tap or something. But man, this is hard for the moms and hard for the kids. And I'll tell you what, Gina, the reason it's hard is because you haven't mastered it. So like if I asked you to please teach a bar class, you know, for 6 hours a day, you might get a little tired, but you would also know how to rest and drink water and stay properly nourished. And you would actually be able to teach 100 women how to do bar or yoga for 6 hours. But if I asked a mom whose kids aren't homeschooled to homeschool their kids for 6 hours just one time, it would feel very difficult. And it's just because we haven't mastered it yet. And anything that we haven't mastered yet, we feel very uncomfortable doing. When we feel uncomfortable, our subconscious thinks we're not safe. When we're not safe, we want to run or hide. When we want to run or hide, it's just such a vicious cycle. And that fear of failure comes up. Like, I'm failing my kids, I'm failing my kids, I'm failing my kids. Well, you know, actually, you're the only mother that they have who's home with them learning how to do homeschool together. You're the only mom who's home with those kids learning a new program and a new system. You're the only one willing to learn this with them and to teach them. And that really is enough. And I know it's hard to feel that sometimes for some of you moms. I feel it too. And are we doing enough? I don't know, probably not. I mean, didn't all of our parents screw us up too? And it probably helped us know what we didn't want to do. Like, we're just little girls in this world who grew up and now we're mommies, and we're just trying to learn how to be adults, just like we're trying to teach our kids how to be good adults. So, give yourself permission to not have mastered something that you've never mastered. Every single day is just learning how to homeschool your kids. So it's another day of learning how to homeschool them. Right? It's just another day of learning. I'm just going to learn today how to homeschool today's kids. And then tomorrow I'm going to learn how to homeschool them again. And you know what? We're all in this boat together, man. These kids aren't going to be able to fall behind. I'm sure the school system is going to figure this all out. Just do what you can. And I think what our kids need more than anything right now is our eye contact and our hugs and our kisses and our cuddles. The other day I got stressed. I thought, you know what, I really need that like water and that rest and that cozy blanket. And so I told my daughter to stop doing schoolwork and I made her come watch a movie with me. And that's just not something I ever do. And it was really special for her because I knew the homework would be able to wait. It doesn't have to be 6 hours. Yeah, no, homeschool doesn't have to be 6 hours. It was just, 2 hours a day is enough. Stop when you guys get stressed. Go outside, take a deep breath, find something to laugh at, and come back when you're ready. For sure. So anyway, go ahead and just let me know how you're feeling. You can always touch base with me later. I'm going to see if I can post this for other people to watch who didn't get to watch it, because I know a lot of people are wanting to watch it. And I wasn't able to get Facebook to work, so I'm going to have to post it over there. So Gina, do you feel like a sense of calm in your spirit a little bit? For you, because you're so good at yoga and feeling into your body and feeling sensations move, what EFT does for you is what yoga does for me. So like we add EFT and it helps you to sort things out on a different level than maybe yoga is going to be able to. Good. So we're kind of reinforcing the work that you already do. And then for me, I know that this has not ever happened to me in my life, but the other day I was following one of your holy yogas and all of a sudden this like sensation and this memory came to me. And because of what I do with EFT, I knew this might be important to sit on. I paused your video and I sat and I tapped, but it was moving my body that way and doing something different that actually kind of unlocked something that needed to be worked on. So yeah, you're kind of just like undergirding the work that you already do. Cool. So take a deep breath and blow it out. We can always go back to being stressed out and tired later, but 30 minutes. Also, if you get really tired, it's not fatigue. It's actually just your cortisol dropped. And so you're relaxed. So don't shame yourself for that. Just enjoy it. You're welcome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Follow Gina. Holy Yoga Pismo. So special. All right, girls, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for making this time for yourself. Let me know if you have any questions. And go ahead and join my email list because that is where I'm going to kind of have everyone in one place. Since it's so hard to keep track of everyone, I'll be doing a emotional eating group in the evenings once or twice a week. And then I'll probably be doing a tapping stress group during the day. But it'll be private Zoom group so that there's more privacy in the group than there is with lives. So everyone take a deep breath, blow it out. If you have time, just sit. I love you too. I'm so proud of you. All right, Deb, love you. Gina, love you. And I don't know who my third person is that's still here. Oh, Ashley. I didn't even know you were still here. I hope that you're feeling relaxed. Yeah, Ashley and I both had similar days and we were like, hey, we're going to sit on the couch and we're actually going to eat and relax and give ourselves permission to be in quarantine and leave the messes. And I needed it so bad. Take a deep breath, blow it out, give yourself as much time as you can get after this. And remember that when I'm working with women, we're working on old issues from childhood. So when you have children, know that their issues are happening right now. And if you hear them and listen to them and tap with them and just tell them that you're with them and you get them and you're proud of them, they're not going to have some of the issues that we have today. I love you guys. So proud of you for all showing up for yourself. Bye.